get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media, and I'm not a coincidence theorist. I look for thread lines, smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine, but the carnal mind is foolish. Obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second nature to me, just to be this out honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? A few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out. I am not the way, no way. I have seen the way. Speak, repeat, there's no way.
Hello. Welcome everybody to the 509 Divine Pines podcast. I am your host, Joseph Daniel Pena, and today it is April 8th, 2024, and it is episode 190. We are covering a news segment, so this is going to be a quick and easy, breezy, peasy news. Nothing sleazy, but something real greasy, right? Some big news, this is gonna make a splash. This is like hot oil in a pan right here. It's gonna just boil up, literally some things are changing, I guess, all around the world. People are waking up. People are loving. People are uniting and getting smarter around the world, and seeing the world for what it truly is meant to be. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Remember, guys, like, subscribe, share it, tell everybody around that this is going down. This is a live broadcast, People for People podcast. This is the 509 Divine Pines. So, guys, first and foremost, I want you guys to go ahead and check out Okazi clothing. Yes, you guys can go and get some cool workout gear inspired by Demon Slayer and other animes. Up ahead, they are a brand new company with fire gear for the workout. You can get yourself right in the gym with some wrist straps, some shirts, some shorts. Keep yourself cool and fresh. Use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for a 10% discount. You can also go and get a cool new energy drink powder. So if you want to go ahead and get like double the powder, triple the power, quadruple the power, you can make your own energy drink from W.GG, a all new natural energy drink formula to go ahead and get you on the right track, get your mind boosted without all those extra fillers, artificial ingredients, none of that bull snap, none of that crap out here. Yeah, like none of that. It's all natural, and you will feel supercharged. Use coupon code 509 Divine Pines over at W.GG. Guys, I got some good news for you guys. Yes, literally, finally, the Vatican has woken up. Finally, the Catholic Church all around the world is waking up. Finally, their hearts are coming to Christ. But, guys, is it too late? No, I don't know. I just hope that it keeps on going towards the righteousness aspect, and we fight for what is right all around the world. I believe it. I see it, and we just have to keep on doing it. What I'm going to do first and foremost, I'm going to read a book of segment. So I'm going to read chapter 10. Yes, we're going to be doing this every broadcast now. I try to, but I don't always get to it. So chapter 10 of the book of Enoch is up ahead. Remember, we all are in this together, and I could not do this without you guys for the love and support. You know, drop me some questions. Drop me a donation. I have donation links down below. I have all my links down below for all my social medias. Go ahead and show me some support and share this out. All right. So here it is, chapter 10 of the book of Enoch. I just ask God, bring us the wisdom that we need. Amen. Chapter 10. Then said the Most High, the Holy and Great One, spake and sent Uriel to the son of Lamech, and said to him, Go to Noah, and tell him in my name, hide thyself, and reveal to him the end that is approaching, that the whole earth will be destroyed, and a deluge is about to come upon the whole earth, and will destroy all that is on it. And now instruct him that he may escape, and his seed may be preserved for all the generations of the world. And again the Lord rose and said to Raphael, Bind Azazel hand and foot, and cast him into the darkness, and make an opening in the desert which is in Dudael, and cast him therein, and place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever, and cover his face, that he may not see light. And on the day of the great judgment he shall be cast into the fire, and heal the earth which the angels have corrupted, and proclaim the healing of the earth, that they may heal the plague, and that all the children of men may not perish through all the secret things that the watchers have disclosed and have taught their sons. And the whole earth had been corrupted through the works that had been taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. And to Gabriel, said the Lord, proceed against the bastards and the reprobates, and against the children of fornication, and destroy the children of fornication, and the children of the watchers from amongst men, and cause them to go forth. Send them one against the other, that they may destroy each other in battle. For length of days they shall not have, and no request that they or their fathers make of thee shall be granted unto their fathers on their behalf. For they hope to live an eternal life, and each one of them will live 500 years. And the Lord said unto Michael, Go bind Semyaza and his associates, who have united themselves with women, so as defiled themselves with them in all their uncleanness. And when their sons have slain one another, and they have seen the destruction of their beloved ones, bind them fast for 70 generations in the valleys of the earth, till the days of the judgment and of their consummation, till the judgment that is forever and ever consummated. In those days they shall be led off into the abyss of fire, and to the torment and the prison in which they shall be confined forever. And whoever shall be condemned and destroyed will from thenceforth be bound together from them to the end of all generations, and destroy all the spirits of reprobate and the children of the watchers, because they have wronged mankind. Destroy all wrong from the face of the earth, and let every evil work come to an end, and let the plant of righteousness and truth appear. And it shall prove a blessing in the works of righteousness, and truth shall be planted in truth and joy forevermore. And then shall all the righteous escape, and shall live till they beget thousands of children, and all the days of their youth and their old age shall they complete in peace. And then shall the whole earth be tilled in righteousness, and shall be planted with trees and full of blessing, and all desirable trees shall be planted on it, and they shall plant vines on it. And the vine which they plant thereon shall yield wine in abundance. And as for all the seed which is sown thereon, each measure of it shall bear 1,000, and each measure of olive shall bear 10 presses of oil. Oh, wait, sorry. Shall yield 10 presses of oil. And cleanse thou the earth from all oppression and all unrighteousness, and from all sin, and from all godliness, and all uncleanness that is wrought upon the earth. Destroy from off the earth, and all the children of the men shall become righteous, and all nations shall offer adoration, and shall praise me, and all shall worship me, and the earth shall be cleansed from all defilement, and from all sin, and from all punishment, and from all torment, and I will never again send them upon it from generation to generation and forever. That is chapter 10 of the book of Enoch. So it's pretty cool, I guess. what we see here is pretty much the story of Noah and how w- God's gonna wipe the earth. Um, I actually just watched the movie on Netflix, Noah. Came out like I don't know 2014. I think it was with Gerald Butler, and it was actually a pretty good movie. I see Sem Jaza in there. Um, what is a new segment called every week you'll be doing? Well, I've been doing this for a while now, but it's Bible. It's a little bit of the Bible right here. So scriptures, sometimes I read directly from the true living Bible, and then sometimes I read from the books surrounding the Bible, supposedly the banned books, right? Um, so right here in chapter 10, if you want to go ahead and see a little bit of what he is talking about, yes, you guys can go check out Noah movies. But yeah, there's a good one on Netflix. Well, some people don't like it, some people do. It just depends on if you can understand art. The movie Noah, it's pretty cool. In there, it actually shows the fallen angels and the giants. Like right here it says Sem Jaza. Like it shows Sem Jaza in the movie Noah, and I was actually quite taken back. I didn't understand, when I read the Bible and like maybe how they were portrayed or how they looked and maybe what they did or how they acted. But in the movie Noah with Gerald Butler, it shows a little bit of how they might look or act or say and what they might do. I'm not saying that it's 100% accurate, but it just gives you like a kind of reference to them. And as a Zell right here, when it always says like, man, it's definitely a dark one right here. So, it talks about the Watchers and it's interesting right here. Also earlier, it says in chapter 10, verse 4, bind Azazel hand and foot and cast him into the darkness and make an opening. Well, it also reminds me of the pit of Abaddon that the Bible speaks about, where the pit of Abaddon is supposed to host one of the fallen angels, and it's like a pit of darkness and a pit of eternal condemnation from God to these fallen angels. And also, I guess something that I see, it says, "Place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness." So it could also be this reference that I see in these Chinese movies called what is it? The Legend of the Monkey, Monkey Man, The Legend of the Monkey, something like that, right? Where it's based on the story um, Journey to the East or Journey to the West. Right. So in that story, it has this like hidden monkey god that's like buried by rocks, and people have to take him out, wake him up, and it's like, huh, I always wonder where that story came from, and now I kind of see maybe like a reference, um just something I'm seeing from everything that I've read on my own. um And it's interesting right here the wordplay that's used right here in verse 9. Through the works that were taught by Azazel, to him ascribe all sin. And to Gabriel said the Lord, proceed against the bastards and reprobates, against the children of fornication, and destroy the children of fornication and the children of watchers from amongst the men, and cause them to go forth. Um, God really wants these guys destroyed. It's really interesting. Um, some someone in reality and someone in time and space has to like stand up against these guys, and uh g- God sent Gabriel to to be the battle, to be the warrior. So I hope you guys enjoyed chapter 10. We're gonna go ahead and get on to chapter 11, maybe tomorrow or another day. And I appreciate you guys for being here, Ghetto Bedroom Records, and anyone else in the chat, go ahead, say what's up. We're gonna go and keep on running through this. Yo, everybody also on Instagram, thank you for checking up, man. These people on here on Instagram really be bugging, not like bugging in a bad way, but they be wild and yo, it's funny. Go ahead and check it out. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, we're gonna go forward. Now we're gonna kick it off with what I initially talked about with the Vatican. Yes, there's some big news with the Vatican, guys. The Vatican is shaking ground. I think they're fed up. I seen something on Twitter saying, "Well, it looks like we know that the money stopped coming in and the funds stopped coming in, all the donations stopped coming in because they're sure changing the way that they have viewed things recently." And so I'm gonna go ahead and show this to you guys. Give me 1 second. I just gotta go save something. Um, right. Yeah, I think you guys see it. So, Vatican document on human dignity comes out. It condemns gender transition, surrogacy, abortion, and has about 30 some rules or moral codings now that they're trying to live by. They're trying to rewrite their stance and change the way that people view them because hey, let's be real, the Vatican and the Roman Catholic Church has over the last 20, 30, 40 years been like how do we say this, it's almost been a huge mess. I don't know if it's their part or infiltration, but there's been a lot of problems with the Catholic, Church and the Vatican. Not saying that Catholics are bad, because I mean I was raised Catholic and I know a lot of Catholics and they believe in God, they believe in Christ, and they love. And let's just say, just like America and our politicians, it may not be the citizens, it may just be the hierarchy, the rulers, the leaders that are causing turmoil. So these guys, the Vatican's top leadership are changing things. We're going to go ahead and read it now. So this is from the CatholicNewsAgency.com. The Vatican's top doctrinal office issued a declaration on the theme of human dignity on Monday that addresses growing concerns such as gender theory, sex changes, surrogacy, and euthanasia, in addition to abortion, poverty, human trafficking, and war. So this is actually pretty big. They cover a lot of big topics, and I mean this, like, for the Vatican to come out and talk about these things. Um, some people are, I think there's a split, as a lot of people said, that it's not just like all the popes are bad. There's only a select few that are really bad, and then that there's quite a bit of people who want to stand up for the right thing. So I think this is what we're seeing right here from some of the popes. In the face of so many violations on human dignity that seriously threaten the future of the human family, the church encourages the promotion of the dignity of every human person, regardless of the physical, mental, cultural, social, and religious characteristics, reads the Vatican Declaration issued by the Dicastery for the Doctrine of Faith. So, um, yeah, well, they want to go ahead and help. And look, guys, I'm not just saying that the Vatican is like now suddenly a saint, but hey, man, we're just trying to go ahead and, talk about the realness of the things. If these guys want to go ahead and say these things, I'm gonna support it. So continuing on, the declaration titled "Dignitas Infinita," which means infinite dignity, states that the church highlights these concerns with hope and confident of the power that flows through the risen Christ, who has fully revealed the internal dignity of every man and woman. In a declaration, the dicastery cautions against threats to human dignity that begin at the moment of conception, that exist in a process of procreation, and that threaten humanity toward the end of life. The declaration cites John Paul II's encyclical Evangelium Vitae on abortion, noting that the pontiff taught that procured abortion is the deliberate and direct killing by whatever means it is carried out of a human being in the initial phase of his or her existence, extending from conception to birth. So this guys, this is awesome. Finally, we are getting some support for God and all of this. And Ghetto Bedroom Records says the Vatican is still shady. Drain the swamp, bro. Yeah, but let's go ahead and just appreciate the good. Doesn't mean that every single person is bad. It's like saying all cops are bad. Like there's probably some good dudes. It's like saying, oh, everybody is bad in video game industry. Like everyone's evil. No, there's probably some good people. According to Pope Francis, apostolic exhortation Evangelii Gaudium also cited in the declaration, preborn children are the most defenseless and innocent among us, and in the present day, efforts are made to deny them their human dignity and to do with them whatever one pleases, taking their lives and passing laws preventing anyone from standing in the way of this. The declaration also warns that euthanasia and physician assisted suicide are swiftly gaining ground in some parts of the world, which it says is unique in how it utilizes a mistaken understanding of human dignity to turn the concept of dignity against life itself. So yeah, it's like they're saying they're tired of the virtue signaling that's going on to go ahead and uh my my, my rights, and it's like, well, there's hold on, there's more rights to this. And the euthanasia thing, my rights to die, it's like, hold on, man, why should we allow this? It's very interesting. So continue on. Even in its sorrowful state, human life carries a dignity that must always be upheld and that can never be lost, and that calls for unconditional respect. The declaration states, indeed, there are no circumstances under which human life would cease from being dignified and can, as a result, be put to an end. The practice of surrogacy is one concern noted by the document, noting that the immensely worthy child becomes a mere object. That is true. That like people don't see that we're being turned into materialistic objects, and people are just falling for it, falling. They need to be saved and picked up by Christ. Because of the unalienable dignity, the child has right to have a fully human and not artificially induced. Whoa! So they're also talking about uh uh in vitro fertilization right here. Wow. And to receive the gift of life that manifests both the dignity of the giver and that of the receiver. Wow. So they don't like in vitro fertilization. So if anybody knows what that is, that's like pretty much test tube babies, the babies in chambers. Interesting. Um, Moreover, acknowledging the dignity of the human person that also entails recognizing every dimension of the dignity of the conjugal union and of the human procreation. Considering this, the legitimate desire to have a child cannot be transformed into the right of a child that fails to respect the dignity of that child as the recipient of the gift of life. As many Western nations continue to promote gender ideology and debate whether minors should be able to access transgender drugs and surgeries, Vatican states that the ideology intends to deny the greatest possible difference that exists between living beings, sexual difference. The declaration emphasizes that all attempts to obscure reference to the ineliminable sexual difference between man and woman are to be rejected, and that only by acknowledging and accepting this difference of reciprocity can each person fully discover themselves, their dignity, and their identity. A human body, the Vatican notes, also shares in the dignity of the human, well, the image of God, and that people are called to accept and respect the body as it was created. The body participates in that dignity as it is endowed with personal meanings, particularly in its sex condition. Woo! So they don't want any more transgender up in their areas. Um, that's what's kind of going on right here. Uh, Ghetto Bedroom Records has a misunderstanding. He says an organization that has so much on the in public knowledge and everything and deals with devils. Well, like yeah, but as at the same time, there are people within the organization that aren't evil. Like, you gotta understand, at the top of the top 1%, maybe they might be like control, but the rest of the 99, these are good. And so this is what we're talking about. There are people within the organization itself, in the Vatican, in the Roman Catholic Church, that want peace and liberty and love, and uh they believe in Jesus Christ, right? So this is where it's coming from, man. Like, I'm not with the bashing on this article. So I understand you shouldn't, if you don't want to trust the Vatican, don't. But there are other people out there who understand, there is good in every organization, and just like there is, you know hidden evil people in every organization, there's good. And you know um so, continuing forward, any sex change intervention as rule risks threatening the unique dignity the person has received from the moment of conception. Wow. So they're actually talking about transgenderism. They do not want transgenderism anymore. To respect human dignity, the Declaration also condemns unjust discrimination, aggression, and violence directed toward individuals based on sexual orientation. It should be announced as contrary to human dignity the fact that in some places, not a few people are imprisoned, tortured, or even deprived of the good life solely because of their sexual orientation. As war rages on in Ukraine, Gaza, Sudan, and elsewhere in the world, the declaration confirms that self defense is permissible, but that the war is always a defeat of humanity, citing Pope Francis's address to the United Nations in December. No war is worth the tears of a mother who has seen her child mutilated or killed. No war is worth the loss of the life of even one human being, a sacred being created in the image and likeness of the Creator. No war is worth the poisoning of our common home. And no war is worth the despair of those who are forced to leave their homeland and are deprived from one moment to the next of their home and all their family, friendships, social, and cultural ties that have been built up somewhere over generations, the declaration reads, quoting the current pontiff. The declaration further discusses the problems of poverty, which is stated are linked to the unequal distribution of wealth. If some people are born into a country or family where they have fewer opportunities to develop, we should acknowledge that this is contrary to their dignity, which is the same dignity as that those who are born into a wealthy family or country. We are all responsible for the stark inequality, albeit to varying degrees. The declaration states that trafficking is among the grave violations of human dignity. It includes the marketing of human organs and tissues, the sexual or exploitation of boys and girls, slave labor, prostitution, the drug and weapons trade, terrorism, and organized crime. Confronted with these varied and brutal denials of human dignity, we need to be increasingly aware that human trafficking is a crime against humanity. The Castrati adds, sexual abuse, as explained by the Declaration, leaves deep scars in the hearts of those who suffer it. It adds, to those who suffer sexual abuse experience real wounds in their human dignity, and that the problem of such abuse plagues society and has also affected the church. From this stems the church's ceaseless efforts to put an end to all kinds of abuse, starting from within. So these guys, like I'm telling you, there's some white hats. There's some people out there who probably have some military backing and who are not taking, uh, you know, any type of, let's just say, wrongdoing or sin, and letting it fly. So hey, man, um, the good guys might just be trying to run things in the Vatican right now. That's just hope. That's just hope. You got to be hopeful with Christ. The Dicastery notes that women specifically face threats to their human dignity through inequality and violence. It references unequal pay, a lack of protections for working mothers, the exploitation and sexualization of women, and coercive abortions. While the equal dignity of women may be recognized in words, the inequalities between women and men in some countries remain very serious. The declaration reads, even in the most developed and democratic countries, the concrete social reality testifies to the fact that women are not accorded to the same dignity as men. The dignity of marginalized groups such as migrants and people with disabilities was also addressed in the Declaration. So this is a big article, guys. I'm really proud. Well, I'm pride. I do not want to be prideful, but I'm really happy that we are finally seeing something from the Vatican that is on the true Christianity side. For at least from everything I'm seeing so far, yes, it 100% is. There's no way denying it, and there is some good people in this, and so I do not want to be the one, the Christian who's always bashing the Catholic Empire, because you know what? I have family that are Catholic, and I know they're not bad. And I know there's Catholics out there that I see in my own city, that I see out there in the world, that I know aren't bad. So, you know, I heard something from an elder today, a 70, 80-year-old man in my church, and he was speaking tonight, and he said, we shouldn't be holding everyone to their religion's standards just because they're part of a religion. Let's just say they're part of the Catholic Church, doesn't mean that they are like the leaders, doesn't mean that they're the same sinners. They might believe in Jesus Christ, they might believe in our friends who are Catholics might believe in Jesus Christ, but they're still like, I mean, they're still in the Catholic Church. Doesn't mean that we should hate them. Their heart is in the right place. Their mind is in the right place. Their spirit is in the right place. But maybe not their actual body, their footsteps. They're following the false hierarchies. Maybe some of these evil popes, whatever. From back. Let's just say hypothetically, right? The elder also stated, people in the Mormon Church. Like, I know the Mormon Church gets some bad rap, but he also said there probably is some lower level, you know, people who believe in Jesus Christ and who don't agree with the clergy or the rulers of the Mormon Church. Because I've actually seen online recently where there's been these cool posts on Twitter saying, I left the Mormon Church for Christianity and I found God. And like, so many people are coming through, these other religions, because while they were in that religion, they believed in the good. And so, we should understand that you know maybe there's some people out there in these other religions that do believe in Christ, but they just don't know how to come over yet. um okay, yeah, let's keep on going. 1 second, I'm gonna get a sip of coffee. So it talks about the migrants. Migrants are among the first victims of multiple forms of poverty. Not only is their dignity denied in their home countries, but also their lives are put at risk because they no longer need, or they no longer have the means to start a family, to work, or feed themselves. The Declaration quotes Pope Francis' encyclical Fratelli Tutti, in which he says, no one will ever deeply deny that migrants are human beings, yet in practice, by our decisions and by the way we treat them, we can show that we consider them less worthy, less important, less human, it adds, quoting from Pope Benedict encyclical Caritas in Veritate, that every migrant is a human person who such possesses fundamental inalienable rights that must be respected by everyone and in every circumstance. And the declaration that the Castro condemns throwaway culture and urges society to respect the dignity of other marginalized groups, such as those with disabilities. Each human being, regardless of their vulnerabilities, receives his or her dignity from the sole fact of being willed and loved by God, the Declaration states. Thus, every effort should be made to encourage the inclusion and active participation of those who are affected by frailty and disability in the life of society and the church. In his introduction to the Declaration, Dicastery for the Doctrine of Faith Prefect Cardinal Victor Manuel Fernandez emphasizes that the list is not comprehensive, but the subjects were selected to illuminate different facets of human dignity that might be obscured in many people's consciousness. The Church sees the condemnation of these grave and current violations of human dignity as a necessary measure, Fernandez writes, for she sustains a deep conviction that we cannot separate faith from the defense of human dignity. Evangelization from the promotion of a dignified life, and the spirituality from a commitment to the dignity of every human being. And that is it, I guess, for this article right here. So tomorrow I'll probably actually go in and read. So right here, look, there are 20, 22, 31, 36, 38, 47, 50. There's a lot. Okay, 61. Jesus. So there's 66 different key points in this. I'm just gonna read the key points in which they go by. So it's broken down into segments. So I'm just gonna read the segments. This is pretty interesting. Introduction. So they introduce, and then they go on into fundamental clarification. So they're clarifying what their idea is behind this. Um, a growing awareness of the centrality of human dignity. So they go into that. They go into biblical perspectives, developments in Christian thought, the present era. The church proclaims, promotes, and guarantees human dignity, and goes into the indelible image of God. Christ elevates human dignity, a vocation to the fullness of dignity, a commitment to one's own freedom. Then they go into dignity, the foundation of human rights and duties, unconditional respect for human dignity, the objective basis for human freedom, the relational structure of the human person, human dignity, also, okay, freeing the human person from negative influences in the moral and social spheres, grave violations of human dignity, the drama of poverty, war, the travel or the travail of migrants, human trafficking, sexual abuse, violence against women, abortion, surrogacy, euthanasia and assisted suicide, the marginalization of people with disabilities, gender theory, sex change, digital violence, and then they conclude. So this is actually a pretty big article, and I'll read that tomorrow or maybe another day. So we're gonna go on, and we're gonna fly through these next few articles. I have spent 30 minutes talking about the Dignitas. I butchered that, but anyways, moving forward. So here it is from NBC News. Graham says Trump is making a mistake on abortion. So Trump just said today that he believes every state should have their own right on abortion. And that's really not the Christian or biblical perspective on it. And so there's a lot of pushback. Like, is Trump really a Christian? Because the way that Israel holds him up like an idol. Israel idolizes him like a god, like the new Messiah, like a king, like he's right under Jesus Christ. It's really interesting that Trump also, like, he goes with it. He just goes with it. I don't know how occultic and esoteric they are, but I do understand that there's a lot of let's just say rabbit holes that show Trump being related to occultism. Trump as a Zionist, and working for the cabal, as he made vaccines, right? He right here, Ghetto Bedroom Record says he gave a lot of money to Bill Gates. He Yeah, look, man, Trump is good at money, but he's also good at the funny, and playing dummy, and like, he's an actor. He's one of the best. Moving forward, um, just a lot of people are mad at him, right? Like, hey, either stand for one side or the other, and it's obvious right now that Trump is not standing for the Christian side. And college, it seems to be making the right choice. We're going forward. So ESPN, this is the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. They have now banned transgender athletes from women's sports. Woo! women's rights for the win, yo. I mean, like, yo, like I was tired of hearing about stories of MMA. There's this UFC fighter that should have been like banned. I hope it was. I hope they were. But this transgender man, Fox, beat up two women and pretty much like fucked them up. Sorry for the profanity. It irritates me. He messed them up forever. Like, he pretty much like left them not wanting to fight ever again, end of their careers, or I don't. Maybe he did. It's just, if you go into it, you understand. Like, it's not even fair. Men saying that they're women in the UFC sport and just like brutally breaking their nose and breaking their cheekbone and breaking their arm. It's sad. Even so that Leah Thomas wrestler, transgender man woman thing, had all the awards taken away just recently because of this right here. So the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics, they took a stand for the right. They took a stand finally for women, and they took away all of Leah Thomas's awards, and I've given them to women now. So this is a big news for women, and yeah, share this one out right here because this is cool. You can see that this will probably trickle down now into high school sports and professional sports. So hey, a win's a win. We're moving forward. Um, Google is bringing a iPhone feature to Android phones. So everybody who's had Apple and has been able to use Find My Device will now be able to use this for Androids. And Samsung already has something like this, so I was able to use it anyways. But hey, this is cool. I know a lot of people complain like, oh yeah, Apple has like these cool things, and then all the Apple people are like, well, yeah, they're all gloaty about it. They're all gloaty about their little cool device. And me, I've always been like, whatever. I'm about whatever, man. You know, F what they be talking about. Yup. All right, guys, moving forward. Science Daily. How the moon turned itself inside out. This is from the University of Arizona. This is just an interesting theory. Guys, I don't know what this means, but maybe you guys should just hear it. So I'm just going to read the summary. Linking analysis of the moon's gravity field with models of the earliest evolution, scientists tell a story of the moon turning itself inside out after the solidified from a primordial magma ocean. The process left behind a vestige dense titanium rich material beneath its earth facing side that makes its presence known by gravity anomalies. They don't know how it happened, so they're more of like, well, you can come to your own conclusion on how it happened. Um, about 4.5 million, no, billion years ago, a small planet smashed into Earth, which was supposedly in ancient records, that's Mars. So Mars, or maybe another planet from another system. It could have been Mars, or it could have been another planet. Hit Earth, flinging molten rock into space. Slowly, the debris coalesced, cooled, and solidified, forming our moon. Garbage. Yeah. Um. Yeah, that's just what I think about that one. Hey, I don't know if space is real or not. I'm a Christian. I'll be honest, guys. I believe in the firmament. I believe that there is a God's handiwork above us. That there is this barrier, and when I see stuff like this, I just read it out because I know other people believe it. But I also want to go ahead and like show that maybe this is just complete rubbish. That like, how are they really supposed to know? As they even said, the details are more of a choose your own adventure type novel. Like, they don't exactly know. They're just trying to come up with some I don't know, garbage explanation who knows? If you guys think space is real, then let me know if this makes sense to you. To me, none of this makes sense. But hey, whatever. This was actually from April 8th, so today. Um, the University of Arizona says that this data shows the lopsided geology. So it shows exactly why, things aren't perfect on the moon. Okay, oh well, whatever. Moving forward. It's from MSN. This is actually pretty cool. Everybody over in California, I know you guys are experiencing some crazy weather, but now you guys can expect some amazing weather over at Lake Shasta and needs another 17 feet to reach its limit. So, Lake Shasta has been in a severe drought in California over the years, and finally, it is reaching a good level again. So, you can kind of see, like, in the background right here, uh, the tree line where it starts. That's probably the 17 feet mark. So they're hoping that the lake goes up just a bit more, which would be cool. Hey man, let's fill our lakes up. Let's continue out in nature. Like I know that California also with some of the tribes, the native tribes, they bought back some of the rivers and even across more places across the west coast. These rivers are being reopened up. The dams are being opened up, and rivers and waterways are being used again. The lake is one of the most crucial freshwater sources, sending water as far south as Bakerfield for drinking, agriculture, irrigation, and wildlife habitat. Lake Shasta was 24% full in 2021. Jeez. So now they're saying maybe it's like 60% full. Oh, wait. No, the lake is 90% full. Woo. So just in 2 years, 3 years, sorry, guys, 3 years, it more than tripled. That's good. Everybody out there in California, go check out Lake Shasta. Tell me how it is. Next up, right here. So I kind of covered this many times, but you guys should still understand this. The University of Texas of Austin is, you know, this is just their article. Engineers have created a brain computer interface that doesn't require calibration for each user, paving the way for widespread clinical applicability. So they made like Neuralink more accessible. Pretty much, Elon Musk and his brain chips, BlackRock and their brain chips, all these companies building brain chips and artificial intelligence and stuff like that, neural chips. Well, the University of Texas made a chip that doesn't require any calibration. So this is a plug and play. So hey, open it up out of the box, put it in your head, and boom, you're gonna be able to like control your phone or control the Xbox just with your brain. Pretty much making it very accessible and kind of scary. If they don't need any calibration for this, that's man. So they could just put it on anybody and they can control your brain. That's a scary thought. I mean, what if people like start getting arrested and these guys like, you know what? Brain chip time, buddy. It's not even no handcuffs, just brain chip. Think right in the back of your dome. You are now under their control. Oh yeah. Sheesh. Hey, I'm just throwing out some funny theories, you know what I mean? You guys want to go ahead and do more brain chip research, go ahead and there's a lot out there. I'm going to continue forward. We're going to keep this rolling. Keep this at about an hour. Ghetto Bedroom Records says, I'm down with plug and play. Yeah, heck no. Heck no. I'm not down with it. He also says, what is above the firmament? Water. So space is actually water. Yes. In the Bible, it says God separated the waters from the waters. And so there's waters above us, there's waters below us, and we are kind of living in between both. Um, which is also kind of why people think like in the Bible days or in the Noah days when the flood happened, there was waters coming from below and from above. And Getter Bedroom Record says, could weather modification be used for good? Yeah, people could use it for good, because I mean, I wouldn't know if you could call it like yeah, it could be used for good. Let's just say a place is having a drought. Um, they can come up with a rainstorm and rain clouds and make that place get life. Um, there's also the story of the miracle in the Mexico Gulf, which I talk about a lot, where um, a scientist had used a device, a frequency device, to play a certain tone. I believe it's the 432 hertz or the 528 hertz frequency, and he used it to clean up an oil spill, and it worked. And so, I mean, that's not really like an extreme weather modification, but there's still technology to like be used for good. It just depends, you know. It just depends if your mind can come to it. If you can think of it, you could believe it, and if you believe in it, you can make it happen. Um, Next up, we're gonna cover the ocean cleanup here. We're gonna cover it at the end. But right here from the Dartmouth College, researchers map how the brain regulates emotions. Study identifies multiple emotion regulation systems, providing targets for therapy. A new study is among the first of its kind to separate activity relating to emotion generation from emotion regulation in the human brain. The findings provide new insights that could help inform therapeutic treatments regarding mental health and drug addiction. All right, so just like everybody knows, they're diving into the human body on the chemical side and the chemistry. They're trying to understand the human chemistry extremely to the point where they can control it. I mean, but they could also help it. It just depends on what they do. Next up, from the University of Bath, prioritizing your phone over your partner affects creativity in the workplace for women. So, this goes for both people in a relationship. If you're prioritizing your phone over your partner, it's gonna be bad. Everyone should be paying attention to their partner, and it's showing that it affects people's workplace. It affects their creativity. It affects their drive. So, like, when you're dissing your woman or you're dissing your man or you're not paying attention to their partner, whatever, and you're on your phone and you're just like, oh, haha, scrolling at stupid TikToks and stupid Instagram posts and stupid Facebook posts. Well, like that's gonna cause strife. Your partner's gonna be going throughout their workday like, do they really like me? Do they really love me? Like, what's happening? Like, it's gonna affect them, and people need to realize that like our actions have a huge reaction. Like whenever I'm with people these days, like I'll try to, for the most part, I'll try to stay off my phone. It's been this way for a few years now. Like I'll just put my phone down, and maybe there might be some instances like I might be doing some stuff, but for the most part, even if it's like not of the opposite sex, like if it's just friends or family, whatever, you know what I mean? Like I'm still paying attention to them because I don't ever want like the other person to go about their day, be like they didn't even care, or like they're douchebags or whatever, like you don't ever want to cause that strife. Like if you're hanging out with someone, whether it be church or whether it be the gym or whatever, like don't be the one to like be in their own little world. I think this is something that we should like have already known, but scientists are saying, well, now there's a link, and so there's science behind it, and everyone loves science, right? Of course, duh. I know in the intro of my podcast it says, "Don't trust the science." I'm just messing around. You guys know, like there's some good science, there's some bad science. So here, this is good science. I mean, we should know this. And, like, don't ignore your partner. Right here, a little comment, oxygen induced says, inject it, put it in me. Next up, right here, low cardiorespiratory fitness in youth is associated with decreased workability throughout adulthood. So everybody's kind of thought about this, like if you let your kid be lazy, is it really going to affect their performance in the future? Probably. Um, Probably, you know, and I'm not saying that it always is, but there's a study from the University of Jyväskylä. I think it's Iceland or Finland. I don't know, no idea. Don't quote me on that. The study confirms the concerns raised in the public domain about how young people's decreased fitness may affect their future workability. The association of low cardiorespiratory fitness and adulthood decreased workability persisted until the end of working life, which predicts substantial societal costs. So they measured people from 12 to 19, and then 37 to 44, and 57 to 64. They got a good range. So you can't I'm a firm believer that like if you keep yourself or your family or your kids active as a child, 100% you're gonna see them, be active as an adult. That's just the way I see it, and I know a lot of parents out there who put their kids in sports and hope for the best, and I think that's the best thing that you could do. Don't get them in the gym like some of these people. I don't understand how people are making their 8-year-old, 7-year-old, 9-year-old get in the gym and push weights. It's crazy. Just put your kid in some sports. You know, if if you're if you're a younger person, put yourself in sport. Um, I love sports personally. I've been playing sports my whole life, but my health is pretty good. Just got to say, and it's not like an arrogance thing. It's just like it is what it is. Next up, from the McGill University, um, they have found ways to use paper and pulp to scrub carbon from emissions. The technique they pioneered using the Canadian light source at the University of Saskatchewan not only reduces the energy required to convert carbon into useful products, but it also reduces overall waste in the environment. We are one of the first groups to combine biomass recycling and utilization of CO2 capture. Capturing carbon emissions is one of the most exciting emerging tools to fight climate change. The biggest challenge is figuring out what to do with the carbon once the emissions have been removed, especially since capturing CO2 can be expensive. The next hurdle is that transforming CO2 into useful products takes energy. Researchers want to make the conversion process as efficient and profitable as possible. So this is a new research, and seems cool. The better we can reduce overall waste in the environment and the ocean and the world, the better, literally. And here is some two pieces of news from Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe replaced the battered dollar with a new gold-backed currency just today, or some maybe somewhere between today and March 28th. Could have been today. The new governor, I guess, has went into Zimbabwe. Pretty cool. They say the central bank won't print any money under the watch. Nice. So we're gonna go a little bit more, I guess, about this. On the eve of the anticipated rollout of the new gold-backed currency, Zimbabwe's central bank announced Thursday it has an equivalent of 2.5 tons of gold reserves. Um, Speaking in Harare after seeing the assets of the bank, John Musha I don't know, the new bank's governor, told President Emerson Mnangagwa, man, I don't even know if I'm saying those right. He addressed the bank head for His Excellency, saying that the balance sheet was wealthy and healthy, and that the reserves of gold and other minerals was worth 175 million. I have taken over the control of the central bank, and one of the things I had to do upon taking this over was to verify the assets of the central bank and how much it holds. This morning, I've showed them how much is in the vaults, and I confirmed that we have 11 tons of gold. We also have other minerals, diamonds, and so forth. And so Zimbabwe is standing on their own 2 feet. Um, hey, I'm not saying we're gonna be surprised if something happens to Zimbabwe soon, but if something pops off over there, it might be because of this. There we know that the banking systems of the world do not like when people step out of line. Um, but at the same time, the banking systems of the world are kind of falling and crumbling. So who knows, really? Let's just be hopeful, and hopefully, a lot of other countries out there start getting into these alternative currencies and get away from um, their trash dollar, the way America's dollar is crumbling. Get a badge from record says the dollar will crash one day and will be forced into some type of digital currency. Yeah, probably. Who knows? Hopefully not. Uh, you also say only a few countries left that don't have the Rothschild controlled banks. That's true. I think hopefully Zimbabwe is one of them. So last but not least, guys, right here we are going to oh what oh this is sorry, this is an old video. Yeah, I don't know how it says I'm disconnected from the internet, but I'm on the live stream. Well, guys, I'm gonna go show you the ocean cleanup tomorrow, and for today, we are going to head and call it a night. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Remember, guys, go ahead and check out my sponsors down below. If it is about spring, so we want to grow some plants. If you guys would like, there are a couple different people you can contact down below. Check out Pepper Envy LLC for all the best pepper seeds that you need to go ahead and get you right. Like the fiery ghost peppers, the Carolina Reapers, sweet peppers, tomato peppers, a little bit of everything. Use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for 10% off your order. You could also go ahead and check out Divine Light codes for crystals, frankincense, so incense or oils. She also provides healing and a whole array of spiritually guided and spiritually minded work for you. You can go ahead and check out Divine Light codes and use coupon code 509 Divine Pines. And she could provide healing. If you are going through a hard time, go ahead and check out her Instagram too, Divine Light codes. Also, guys, go to Shop C60 for the Nobel Prize winning Buckminster Fuller research and its product. Purple Power C60 was the original name, but they changed it over to C60 recently. You guys can go ahead and use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for 10% off your order. This oil is a super strong antioxidant. It will replenish your carbon molecules and will pretty much keep you energized, awake, keep your skin replenished. They have a lotion. Um, you can feed it to your dogs. There's gummies for on the go, and yeah, you guys will love them. I mean it. Last but not least, go and visit boomerboost.com for some of the most premium supplements I've tried. If you guys would like barley, so a barley blend that is one of a kind in the world, supercharged by an ionic storm over in Canada and grown in terra preta soil. So pretty much the finest of the finest, quadrupling the seed count in any other um, in any other plant like it. So it literally has quadruple the potency of any other of its kind in the world. Yes, like I said, one of a kind barley blend. So that is the Gladiator barley blend from Boomer Boost. Yes, get the dynamic duo combo and you will thank me later. I mean, if you want to go ahead and see some gains at the gym and you want to get ripped, you want to get shredded, you want to take your life to the next level, get the dynamic duo combo from boomerboost.com and use coupon code Joe30 for 30% off your order. So it knocks it down a good 30, 40, $50 and you will save yourself a pretty penny and start feeling your best. Thank you guys for being here. Drop down a donation if you guys could. $1 will make me happy. $2 will, make me dance. $3, hey man, don't even tempt me, man. I'm gonna go ahead and run a mile for $3. Uh, if you guys donate, I will give you a little bit of shout out. So hey, I appreciate you guys and love you guys. Appreciate all of you guys for being here. Go check out all my sponsors and all my links down below. And pray for the Vatican. Pray for our fellow Christians out there. Pray for the Christian churches that's under attack from Israel. Pray for our Catholic brothers and sisters who are truly believers of Christ but are just misled. And pray for the world who and everyone in the world right now is feeling the same thing. We're kind of unsure. We're looking at this as like the end times. We want to stay strong. We want to stay hopeful, but we need each other more now than ever. And I need you guys more now than ever. And I want you guys to understand you need your family and friends more now than ever. This is not going to go well in the future if all of us depart now. If we all stick together now, trust me on this, we will win. We will succeed. It is already happening. We can see that you know when when two factions or two people can put aside the differences and come together, great things happen. When a society learns how to work together, great things happen. I appreciate you guys. Oxygen Induced and Get a Bedroom Records. Thanks for being here in the chat. And everybody out there who wants to go ahead and chat, visit YouTube. I respond to that all the time. Everybody on Instagram. Sorry that I don't really like reply back instantly. It's just like, man, I don't really understand. I can't look at all these different things by myself. Um, but that's why I need more teammates. If you guys want to go ahead and join in, please. Um, Appreciate all of you guys. And I just got a donation from Charles Mann. Hey man, God bless you, dude. Uh, hey, I need it. I need it now more than ever, man. I've been praying. I've been praying hard. I've been trying to pay off all my bills and looking to get eye surgery. That's gonna cost me around 12, 13K. Because I have like sixes and sevens. I wear binoculars on my face, and you know, um, Charles, man, Oxygen Induced. God bless you, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say a prayer, and I appreciate the donation. You are actually my first legitimate donation, so this is actually going to a special place in my heart, and I'm gonna write this one down. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, brother. All of you guys, take care. Be with Christ. Be blessed. Be high. See you guys next time on the 509 Divine Pines podcast. I love you guys. Peace.